Boom, 3 games I've gone. Boom, 3 games I haven't lost a game. And so we now find ourselves at the top of the relegation zone. We have got 5 games to play. Boys and girls, it is going to be a close finish to this season. You don't have to have a keeper on the bench. What? Porter with a cross to Randall. Can Randall gets headed? He couldn't. But can we? Harding's back on the ball, back to Spence. What will Spence do with it? What does it feel like to not be at the bottom of the table? Pumps it forward to Randall! Finch it! Brilliant, eh? They'll be shouting that from the stands, that's for sure. I am the worst football manager ever, and welcome to the next episode of the Sutton Scramble. Thanks for joining me today, and if you're enjoying this series so far and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, hit that subscribe button. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Hit that button, and if you're enjoying it as well, just do hit the like button as well, because the more people that like it, the more people that will see it. If you watched the last episode, then you would have seen that I'm actually not doing too bad. I'm off the bottom of the league, and in that game I beat Macclesfield 3-2. It was a pretty good game. I'm pretty happy with the result. We won. We won the game. It's as simple as that. I don't want to go into detail and bore you with the details. All you need to know is that we won. Sure, it was 3-2. Sure, that's a bit too close to comfort, but at least I won. Since then, I've played one more game, and that was against Solihull Moors, who were bottom of the league. And in honesty, I went into that thinking like, boom, 3 games I've gone. Boom, 3 games I haven't lost a game. So we're going to destroy Solihull Moors. And unfortunately, I drew 1-1 with them. Got a third goal on the 13th minute, which was a nice goal to be fair. It was just a beauty. I'll tell you what, I'll show you it right now, because it was a very, very good goal. Let's have a little... let me show you it. Let me just show you it right now. So here we go, we've got Spencer with the corner, over to Beckwith, first time, chip over the keeper, over everyone, and Randall just nods it in. I was so happy with that goal, and so what more can I ask for really? 13th minute in, there we go. Unfortunately, however, they scored, they've got the equaliser, and that was it really, so, oh well, you know, we don't win them all. But there you go, we drew 1-1, and so we now find ourselves at the top of the relegation zone. You know, I'm thinking positively. Top of the relegation zone. We are 4 points away now from Barrow, because we were just 3, but we've dropped because of, you know, only dropping 2 points there with that draw. We're 4 points off from Barrow. Chester still pretty low down as well. So really, actually, that's good, because we've now got 2 teams, I would say, in contention of getting knocked down. We have got 5 games to play now. Torquay, Woking, and then Boston, Southport and Chester. My next 2 games against Torquay and Woking are probably going to be my, according to the league anyway, the hardest games I've got. Torquay, who are in 8th, Woking's in top of the league, but then my final 3 games of the season, Boston, Chester and Southport there, so it's going to be a close finish. Boys and girls, it is going to be a close finish to this season. Today we play Torquay, who are in 8th, so it's a harder game, and we're going to see how we get on here. But let's jump ahead to the game, shall we? And let's see how we get on. Okay, so today's game against Torquay looks like they're going to be doing a sort of 4-4-1-1 with a kind of an attacking midfielder and Ter Horst up there in striker. My team selection looks very similar to the last one. A couple of small changes I've made. Actually, predominantly with the backs. Well, no, I mean with the subs. I mean, not the backs, the subs. So I was listening to the Deep Line podcast. I don't know if you've listened to that podcast before, but I thoroughly recommend it. Deep Line podcast the other day, and just in the sort of the midst of the conversation, they were talking about the fact that one of the things they learned from Football Manager is that you don't need to have a keeper on the bench. And I'm going to be honest, it totally shocked me. I was like, you don't have to have a keeper on the bench. What? And they did say, you know, it's risky. It's risky to not have a keeper on the bench and all this kind of thing. And I was like, I'm not going to have a keeper on the bench. And if other people aren't having a keeper on the bench, I'm not going to have a goalie keeper on the bench. So Pat Weaver, my keeper, he's actually ineligible for this game anyway, because I've now put him into the under-18s who played a game today. I don't have a keeper on the bench. So Ross Warner, if you get injured today, I'm going to be so annoyed, because it's literally the first game I've ever done that purposely anyway, so I'll be absolutely gutted. One of the changes I made in my last game that I've now reverted back to was this fella here, Spencer Johnson. I gave him a game, one of my lone players in right wing. Didn't play too well. He was sort of recommended to play instead of George Porter because George Porter apparently is on bad form. But actually, I don't think he is. 6.68. It's not so bad. And he's a good player. He's 3.5 stars. I think he's been doing all right for me. So I brought him back into the side. We've got Aidan Austin on the left still. George Marsh and Craig Eastman still playing really well for me. Randall getting that goal in the last game. He's beginning to get goals, which is nice. Dan Fitchett hasn't had a goal in a little bit of time, but he's still a good player and he's a solid part of the team. I can't leave Dan Fitchett out, can I? So that's the team. That's what it's looking like roughly. So here we go against Torquay. I think I'm going to go for standard and see where we go from there. It didn't quite work against Solihull Moors, but we're going to try it anyway. Meanwhile, we will close down their attacking Hazeldine and Johan de Horst. We'll close them down. And it also says here we should put Marcus Harness on his weaker foot, so why not? Why not, eh? And I'll tell you what, we're going to close down Harness as well, and we're going to... No, we're not. We're not going to close him down, everyone. We're not going to close him down. Sometimes I close down the wingers, the left and right wingers, but I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to see how we go without it. I'm going to have to encourage the team. Come on, lads, show me what we can do. Get some revenge. They seem up for it. They seem keen. We're all keen. We're all ready. Normal tempo, normal defence line. More direct passing, if anything, and a little bit wide, and that is all we're going to do. So here we go against Torquay on the beautiful 3G pitch, as I've now found out that it was relayed in real life in Sutton's ground, so they play on a 3G pitch, which I didn't even realise was legal. You know, you'd think, how can you do that on conference football? But obviously you can. Whether that would be right for of League 2 and above, I'm not so sure, but maybe it is. So leave your answers on a comment below if you know about the rules between 3G, 4G, real life pitches, all that sort of stuff. It seems fascinating that they've been allowed to do it, but look at the beautiful pitch. We all get to sit and enjoy it now. Meanwhile, here's Hart, Marsh, Austin, Fitcher. I don't know why we're watching it in 3D, but we're going to just for this highlight. Randall, into the box and he scored a beauty! Yes, Will Randall has scored an absolute beauty. Oh, hero. Very happy, and we just get to watch it again in 3D. There's Marsh, and he on the edge of the box there. Randall, one touch, and then boom, bottom right corner. He is scoring goals for me at the end of this season, which is just what I needed. Meanwhile, we're going to take it off of 3D. I did enjoy that little bit there, but we're not going to keep it on. It just seems a bit mad, really. Anyway, here we go. So, George Marsh already having a great game, 6.9. He's not that fit, though, is this George Marsh. He always is much lower in his percentage of fitness, of his condition. But here we are. We are all over them, it seems. All the shots. They've actually got more possession than us, as you can see here on the left. But they haven't had a shot yet, so in your face talk. More. They talk a lot, but it's all talk, isn't it? No eeing. That's terrible. Oh man, it's terrible. Right, okay, 29th minute gone, and we are cruising along here very nicely. They still haven't had a shot, although they've had more possession than us. But we are, fair to say, no, it's not fair to say, almost fair to say, all over them. Now I've said it, we're going to get mashed here, aren't we? We're actually going to get absolutely mashed in this second half. We're coming up to half time. If we can hold on to this 1-0 lead till half time, I'll be so pleased. Dan Spence, a couple of players on yellow cards. Craig Eastman, he's a good player, but he isn't half aggressive. He's got a lot of yellow cards. Literally, the only highlight was that goal. There is room for improvement, that's for sure. Let me just be assertive with them. Come on, boys, get out there. I'm going to assertively tell you to improve. They didn't really do much of that. I'll do a bit more. I believe you've got what it takes to the defence. Yeah, and we'll leave it at that. Okay, so we're sticking at standard and see how things go with this one. Second half kicks in. Come on, boys, hold on to this win. Let's see what the league looks like. I'm going to bring up the league. This sort of point of the season is always nice to have the league up. We find ourselves still in 21st, but my, we are 1 point away from Barrow if it stays as it is, which is lovely stuff. Porter with a cross to Randall. Can Randall gets head on it? Couldn't. But can we? Harding's back on the ball, back to Spence. What will Spence do with it? Pumps it forward to Randall! Fitchit! Yes! Fitchit! Fitchit! Yes! I've made up that any Sutton fans, Fitchit. Brilliant, eh? Brilliant, eh? They'll be shouting that from the stands, that's for sure, from now on. In the rain, Spence with a beautiful ball. There's the direct passing that I've asked him to do. Randall with a header, couldn't make it, but Spes, is that the name of the keeper? Spes? Couldn't cope with that, and we are 2 for the good, everyone. 2 for the good, and we are in 21st place and just 1 point away from non-relegation zone life. Wonder what that feels like, eh? What does it feel like to not be at the bottom of the table? That's a question I'm still learning the answer to. In just these few days that we've had of being out of relegation zone. We're still in it, aren't we? What am I talking about? We're still in it, but we're not bottom of the table at least. 74th minute, things are looking nice. So we are going to make a sub now, I think. George Marsh is looking very tired. He's having an excellent game though, 8.5. We'll take him off just because he's tired. Dean Beckwith is also looking pretty tired out there. We'll bring on Declan Rice. Rice and peas. Come on, boy. And we'll probably make some tactical changes as well in a second. Look at this, 21st place, Barrow. We're on your tail, Barrow. Barrow, you better be burrowing a hole in the ground to hide from us because we're on your tail, like a fox, like a fox on getting you. Right, okay, counter. We're going to just slow it down a little bit now. No, we're not going to take a breather. Yeah, we'll just leave it as it is. Leave it as it is. We've gone into counter. That will do for now. 81st minute. We've just got to hold on to this lead. I'll wait until the 85th minute, then we'll start wasting time. My favourite word, wasting time. Okay, we still can't. Why can't we waste time? Come on, boys. It's much lower tempo. Slow things down. Let's... Oh, good grief. Don't score the goal now. Oh, good. Well held from Warner. Good to see he didn't get injured whilst we don't have a keeper on the bench. Well done, Warner, for that. That's all I need you to do, just not be injured. Here's Randall. Eastman. Oh, and he's lost it. And Bywater is now on it on the right. Fisher. What can Fisher do? Challenge for Eastman, but he still hasn't got it. Bywater's on the wing now, and he... Oh! For miles out shot, and it hit the crossbar. And Brophy. The Brovster and Tollett, and the ball is bounced around all over the place. Nobody's really got hold of it. And Rice with a shocking clearance that just, when in doubt, kick it out, isn't it? 90th minute. Tollett, Hazeldine, and it was a shot wide. We still can't put any time wasting on this, which is a real shame because I really want to. Let's just retain possession, I think, now. Hold on to it. We don't seem to be holding on to it because they've actually still had more possession than we have in this game. 91st minute. It's got to be over now. Yes, it is. With 1-2-0. It's another win in the bag. This is now 5 games without a loss. Torquay, by the way, had gone 4 games without a loss, and now they've lost. We've broken their run whilst continuing ours. We are looking strong, eh? Strong stuff. Well done, lads. That was a great win for us. Looking delighted. Look at all the green. Look at the green in the morale, the green in the reaction. Have you ever seen so much green on the Worst Football Manager channel? I don't think so. But here, this is happening. This is real life right now. We've just won 2-0. And my goodness. Hopefully we did... I didn't actually look at the league table then. But they will check in a second to see where we're at in the league, what the sort of points difference is now. It is 1 point. We're 1 point away from being out of the relegation zone with 4 games to go. Obviously, our next game is against top of the league Woking. My goodness, what a game we're going to have in store there. Let's look at how they've been getting on. Surely they've been playing not that well. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. They've only won 4. And for the team who are top of the league, that is not very good. And so they're actually, in fact, they've now just dropped to 2nd. So they are not on a good run. We are on a good run here, and things are looking up for Sutton United. The next video will be that game against Woking, 2nd in the league, and I'm sure if we can get a victory against them, we then stand ourselves in such good a place to play our final 3 games, Boston, Southport and Chester. It could still all go wrong because we're playing those teams, but it could go so well. It could be so right. Who knows? But join me for that. I better call it a day for this one. I better go and have a rest because I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty buzzing. I'm on a bit of a high right now, and I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know how do you react after you win a game on Football Manager? What do you do after that? I don't really know. But join me on Twitter at WorstFManager to chat more about it. Also, I'm on Twitch at Worst Football Manager Ever. Would be great to see you on there. Until next time when we play Woking, second of the league, as we fight to stay up in the Vanarama National, I'll see you later.